Since the dawn of time, or at least since pipe smokers have found the internet, a war has been raging. The subject of which, aromatic pipe tobacco.
Right then, so let's jump right into it. So any half-hearted search of the internet, through YouTube or through forums or whatever, on the subject of aromatic pipe tobacco, you shall see a huge divide. There'll be the seasoned pipe smokers, the people who like more complex flavours, who stay completely away from aromatic pipe tobacco. For all the reasons you will have heard that aromatic pipe tobacco is bad. It ghosts your pipe, it leaves a gloopy mess in your bowl, it burns too hot, it's way too heavily cased, it's wet and sticky, it makes your pipe gurgle, it can turn ashy, you lose the flavour halfway through the bowl, it gets bitter, and you can taste waxy. There's loads of reasons why people are not a fan of aromatic pipe tobacco. But before we can delve deeper into these damning accusations, we've first got to ask the question, what exactly is aromatic pipe tobacco? What counts as an aromatic? Well, there's not really a hard fast rule. You will have heard the terms casings and toppings. Are they the same thing? Are they different things? Traditionally speaking, a casing is heavier than a topping. You soak the tobacco in molasses or some kind of maple sugar or something to sort of apparently sweeten it up, and then at the end of it, it's then sprayed with a flavour or a top of like vanilla or cherry or whatever it is. But then you get pipe tobaccos that aren't listed, aren't considered aromatics, that do have toppings and flavourings. These are usually as lighter. So where do you draw the line between what's an aromatic and what's just slightly flavoured? It's really not that straightforward. So with so many people disliking and hating aromatic tobacco, you've got to ask the question, why does it exist at all and why does anybody smoke it? Well, if you're a new pipe smoker and you know nothing about the world of tobacco, it's gonna smell nicer. Those toppings and casings and whatever, that smell out of the tin, out of the bag of chocolate or rum or vanilla or whatever it is, it smells like it's going to be a tastier thing to smoke. So that's the first reason. The second reason is the room note is generally nicer for people who are sat around you while you're smoking your pipe. A number of times I've heard people talk about the fact that the main reason they smoke aromatics is because their wife enjoys the smell more than if they're sat there smoking a straight burley or something else. But the magical third reason, and most important reason, is people like them. My grandfather used to smoke Gold Block his entire life. Didn't smoke anything else, and that is an aromatic pipe tobacco. There are lots of tobacco makers who make aromatic pipe tobaccos that sell really well and are loved the world over. Lane Q1 is one of the most popular tobaccos in the world, and it's good. I've only had it a few times. It's not really something you get over this side of the pond, but it's perfectly pleasant. I like a lot of the Boswell's aromatics, despite the fact I'm not really an aromatic pipe smoker myself. But there's McBaron. They do a lot of aromatic pipe tobaccos which I've had that are nice. Strauss do their Sleepy Hollow. They do some other ones. I've not had their other ones, but Sleepy Hollow is a really nice smoke. Carter Hall is another pipe tobacco, again aromatic. Some people would say it's not, but I've only had it the once, but it just tasted really bourbony and chocolatey to me. I class it as an aromatic. The fact is that at the end of the day, the process of making a flavoured tobacco does have the negative side effects that people who are dead against aromatic tobaccos list. They can ghost your pipe, they can burn hot, they can make your pipe gurgle. All these things are entirely possible, and for a vast number of aromatic pipe tobaccos, they are entirely true. The fact of the matter is, though, that there are plenty of pipe tobaccos out there that are aromatic pipe tobaccos that don't do these things, or don't do these things nearly to the level that most people would have you believe. So, as someone who will smoke an aromatic pipe tobacco one time in maybe 300 bowls, why am I making this video sticking up for the plucky little aromatics out there? And the main reason is that there seems to be this level in pipe smoking now where it's you only smoke aromatics if you don't know what you're talking about. You only smoke aromatics if you don't understand the complex flavours of all these different things. It's funny that there are people who love smoking straight Virginias and other people who like smoking very heavy Latakirs, and although these two types of people may never stray into each other's tobacco backyard, there's a mutual respect because they're both what would be considered real pipe tobaccos. And then you get the guys who like smoking the flavoured stuff, who are on the sidelines, not being ridiculed, but certainly being looked down the noses of people who consider themselves more seasoned pipe smokers. I don't think it's right. As a hobby, do the things you like. If you like smoking aromatic pipe tobaccos, do it. If you've had Latakirs or other blends that you just don't like the flavour of, that's fine. You're still smoking a pipe. And the world of aromatic pipe tobacco is huge, and as you're becoming more seasoned aromatic smoker, you'll find the ones that don't gurgle, don't burn hot, don't taste ashy, taste really good, and the people around you will like you more because it smells nicer in the room. Now, I would like to point out that this looking down on aromatic pipe tobacco smokers by other tobacco smokers isn't a common thing. Most people, 90% of pipe smokers, are totally accepting of anyone and anything they smoke, and that's what makes this whole hobby so interesting. But especially in the world of the internet, where people are quick to comment on their thoughts and feelings, you do seem to find this underbelly of people who do look down on aromatics as some sort of lesser type of tobacco, and it's because of these 10% that I'm really making this video, so that if you do smoke the odd aromatic, if you do only smoke aromatics, don't listen to anybody who's telling you that it's a inferior tobacco to some of the other more traditional tobaccos that are out there. And that is the truth about aromatic pipe tobacco.